Once again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for checking out another episode of Eye on the Community. I am your host, of course, Sean Anthony. Up next, joining us is Keila Davis, a life coach, and Art Gray, the employment coach coordinator for Columbus Works. Welcome to Eye on the Community to both of you. How are you?
Excellent.
Doing good. Thank you. Thank you for inviting us.
No problem. Art, let's start with you. What exactly does Columbus Works do?
You know something, I tell you what, I'm going to pass that question off to Keila. How about if she answers that question?
Okay.
She'll do better than me. So Keila, won't you go ahead and answer that question?
Okay. So Columbus Works, well, we're a nonprofit organization. So we provide job readiness services and a network to employers in the Columbus area for those who are either underemployed or unemployed, specifically those are in poverty. Our goal is through sustainable employment, kind of breaking down some of the barriers that's been keeping them from either getting a job, getting employed, or staying employed. Our job is to try to find out what is those big major barriers that's been keeping them from those two areas, and then helping them get a good job, with a competitive wage, and helping them get out of poverty. And so the services that we provide with our job training and then the employment coach that they will have that will walk with them side by side, it's going to create a more successful output of that outcome. And so we are in a community. We're actually in Linden right now. We're in the South Side, and we're going to be moving to or actually open up in the East Side soon. And we're also on the West Side. And so our hope is that, through the job training, through the employers that we are connected with, we can help our neighbors get really good jobs with a good pay, and then walk with them and getting promoted and hopefully out of poverty.
Thank you, Keila. Can you tell us when did Columbus Works? When was the genesis of this program, and who was the founder as well?
Sure. So our founder and CEO is Beth Gifford. She founded Columbus Works about 5 years ago. We are affiliated with Cincinnati Works. They've actually been around over 20 years. Same curriculum. So we adopted that curriculum and kind of added, a little bit of a Columbus flavor to it. And so we've been doing it, steady, and growing since 5 years ago. And so, yeah, it's been a great journey. And so we're happy to continue serving Columbus.
So what can a person expect if they were to commit to your process?
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Sean. So what they can expect is actually a very authentic and trusting relationship from the onset. When they come in, we try to get as much information as possible as to where they are, where they're at in terms of their employment journey. What type of jobs they've had, if they've had, if they're dealing with any type of barriers like background barriers or childcare barriers, transportation barriers. We try to identify that on the onset. What they can expect is one-on-one personal communication and dialogue. We do have a classroom setting that how we introduce the program or introduce our services, but the relationship grows between them and their employment coach, their personal employment coach. And also Keila, she's a life coach. They'll have access to her. We do have a behavioral counselor that he is part of our process. He volunteers his services. We have a financial coach as well that is a VP of a huge organization that volunteers his time, and all these services are free. We just try to actually identify barriers, and then we have over 100 employer partners that we work with that these participants can have access to, and that is conjunction with what their skills are. And we also make sure their resume is up to date. We make sure we build a good, solid, pristine resume, and then we recommend them.
That's excellent. I mean, you said over 100 different resources, man. That's pretty extensive and impressive. From the time someone gets engaged with Columbus Works, from the time that they get a job offer or a job interview, what does that timeline look like?
Okay, we try to be realistic. So if they're going to be actually applying for a position, we want to make sure that it's the right position. So we have to take time for them to research the website, and we give them advice and direction and guidance on what they're looking for, and then make sure that they're applying for positions that they have the skill set for, and that it's going to be a good fit for them. Because we don't want them to apply for a position that they don't really want because of it pays good or whatever, and then they get in it and then quit. So realistically, we say anywhere from 14 days to a month it may take for them to actually start working, because them applying for a position, them getting an interview and maybe a second interview and all like that takes a little time. But it's not like some, it kind of moves quick, because after they engage with us through wraparound, and we identify what they're trying to do and where they're trying to go, we're good to go. But that for them to actually start working, it's going to take a little bit of time to make sure that they are applying for the right job, because we don't want them to get it and quit.
That makes sense. What does this cost someone that's looking to work with your program? Does it cost anything?
No, it doesn't cost anything. It's a 100% free service. And, we, with the 4-day job training, during that training, we provide lunch for them. So they don't have to worry, because we expect them to be there the full day. So, everything's free, and we realize, especially the good thing that we do with lunch, a lot of people come in hungry. It's hard to really pay attention in class, and you have to worry about food. So, we have some really great partnerships and donations that help us to provide that free lunch and provide this free of service.
You guys really take away any excuse for someone to,
Yes.
to succeed in getting some work, man. This is really
Yes.
awesome. Real quick, just to interject, plug the information. How people are listening, like, okay, how do I get this? How do I get involved? Just plug real quick, and we'll do it again towards the end. But how can people get in contact and get more information about Columbus Works?
Okay, well, the number that we actually want, if you want to just right now, call 614-585-8346. That's 615-585-8346. Or you can always go to our website at www.columbusworks.org, and that gives you extensive information about our program overall.
All right, now I want to ask both of you this question. Art, I'll start with you. You have over 25 years of business and community service experience. Why this? Why Columbus Works? Why are you doing what you do now?
Oh, Sean. Okay. I kind of organically found myself doing this, because I pastored in Columbus for 15 years, and, I've in the inner city, and, I grew up in Linden. I'm from the Bronx in New York. And, I just have, I don't know, an authentic heart for, just for the inner city. I raised 3 children. I have 2 sons. So 2 young Black men that, I've had to help navigate through, just all kinds of barriers that may exist. And so when Beth actually approached me, I just found myself just saying, sure, yeah, I'll do this. My son took over the church I was pastoring, and so I'm in it. I'm in it with both feet now. I really enjoy it because I see the transformation of lives. So that's why I love doing it.
Keela, you're a life coach. You're you're in the business of helping people. What inspired you to go in a direction with Columbus Works?
Yeah. So, you know, I think the biggest thing that drew me to Columbus Works is just the community, work that is being done here, um, and the fact that I relate. I grew up in poverty my whole uh, childhood. And, I went to public school, went to Northland High School, go Vikings. um, and, and so, I know what it's like to actually live in poverty and see, I mean, going hungry, I come from a family of 10, and it was a lot of us. And I realized during those times I did not know something like this existed. I wish I would have known, what it means to actually work, to go to work every day, that it's going to eventually lead to something. My parents worked every day, but it was just like getting by every day. There wasn't a lot of things like to look forward to. What is your career? What is your goals in life? What is your purpose in life? Wasn't taught, in the neighborhood I grew up in. And now, I felt like for me, as a single mom now, and I see a lot of single mothers come through, and it's like they only know what they know and they try so hard to get out of the situation, but really they just need someone. They need someone to kind of lock arms with them. And so I'm like, I want to be a part of that, because as a life coach, I became a life coach because of the experience I went through. I'm only an expert in my life. I can't tell them exactly what, I can guide you, but at the end of the day, it's your life. And so I want to be able to say, hey, I've been through in similar ways what you went through, and I'm here to kind of help you navigate through life to get you to give you options to a better life. So I just love the mission of Columbus Works. I love that they want to get you to a point of self-sufficiency. We don't talk about self-sufficiency where with your income alone, you can maintain and sustain life. So I want to be a part of that, and working with the people that we do and that we care. We're authentic and caring
Yeah.
about the people we serve. So that's why I'm in the business. So
Excellent. Art, what is your take on the importance of sustainable employment? Keela kind of alluded to it. How does it impact the community?
Oh, definitely. Thank you, Sean. Especially, okay, I'll just start from here. Like in like we say the Linden area, where if I get these percentages right, 2% of young adults coming out of high school actually go into like a 4-year program as far as college. 6% may go into a 2-year program, and then the percentage that actually completes college is very low as well. I don't know what that percentage is. 72% of the families that are in the Linden area, I'm just talking about the Linden area alone, is are single parent homes, which mirrors the national percentage. So, by me growing up in this type of a situation, I see where going to work, getting a good paying job for a person who really doesn't have a pathway to school or having a way to pay for it, immediately getting out of high school, is a way to help them be off the streets and still realize that they can have a decent car, a nice apartment, and contribute to the commerce of the city. Be legal, not underground economy, but be above board and be legal, and not feeling like they have to sell drugs or do any other illegal activity to realize, a decent life, just regular life, maybe buy a house or raise their children, take them on vacation, just normal stuff that, I didn't have those. It wasn't that easy for me, but I'll tell you what, I did start working when I was 15. And I'm not going to tell you how old I am now, but I've been working all my life, and I've been blessed. I've been able to to do those things that I just shared with you. In terms of my family, I had to work my way out, but my life has been sustained because of work. To answer that question, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely, it does. Art, lastly, before we wrap up, you gave out some percentages. What would you say the percentage of people who have stayed with the Columbus Works program and have actually have jobs today?
Um, I believe we're at, Keela, you can help me, but I believe we're at 73%
Nice.
that are still employed. Keela, is that the number that you gave, that we got?
Yes, it's closer to 74 of our active members that are full-time right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
And 78% retain employment at least 1 year or more.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some good statistics. Listen, Keela Davis, Art Gray, I definitely appreciate you guys taking the time to share this with us. One more time, plug the website and telephone number, how people can get more information on Columbus Works.
Go ahead, Keela.
Okay, yes, it's 614-585-8346. Again, it's 614-585-8346. And our website is www.columbusworks.org.
Keela Davis, Art Gray, thank you so much for sharing this information on Eye on the Community. You two have a great day.
Thank you, Sean.
All
Thanks
right.
for having us.